was.
One of the things I love so much about Travis is that he never grew up. Like he was like Peter Pan, like the Lost Boys.
Is he growing up now, though?
For sure. It's changing. And I think that sometimes, you get people in your life that maybe get that out of you, and that's a good thing.
That are worth changing for.
Okay. And then, Lord help you if things go even further with Taylor Swift. I mean, my Lord, he'll be the most popular football player in history, not because of football.
So his change is undeniable. Hear what Jason has to say about watching Trav grow up in the last 3 years for Taylor in this video.
Curious about your brother, because the last time I was at his house was 3 years ago.
Yeah, after the Thursday game,
After the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
You're going to ask about furniture, I think.
I'm going to ask a little bit about furniture and maybe just how much he's grown up in the last 3 years, because
it's been staggering, honestly.
He legitimately had a basketball hoop in his living room.
Dude. Travis has been
and a pool table. I don't think he had any couches.
One of the things I love so much about Travis is that he never grew up. Like he was like Peter Pan, like the Lost Boys.
Is he growing up now, though?
For sure. It's changing. And I think that sometimes, you get people in your life that maybe get that out of you, and that's a good thing.
That are worth changing for.
They incentivize you to get change.
There's no question.
Right. Okay, so
Trav,
he's growing up.
He is growing up. He's still, though, got that youthful enthusiasm. I think he'll kind of always have that. It's just part of his personality. And I think it's one of the reasons, like, every teammate has ever loved playing with him.
I don't have a brother. I have two sisters.
Sure.
But I know my homeboys back when you were dating, you call, hey, man, I got a bad one.
Yeah.
When Trav hit you and said, hey, big bro, I got a bad one. Oh,
yeah.
What's her name?
Yeah, exactly.
Taylor.
Who?
Bullshit.
What's her last name?
Did that conversation happen?
Well, there was a lead up to it because there was the whole thing on the pod about him trying to get a friendship bracelet to her, so I knew that there was something.
Yeah.
But I think he was very cautious about even telling me or anybody, because, I mean, the reality is she is under such a microscope that, I think that they wanted to make sure everything was done in a way that, was respectful to people's privacy, and I think they're still trying to do that.
Yeah.
And, like, even now, like, I want to be respectful of them, and I don't want anybody to feel like I'm violating some type of private relationship, right? Like, it's really not my place to speak on the relationship, but he is my brother, and I'm very happy for him. And, you just have to be conscious of how you're saying things, because it is under such a microscope.
Look at your life right now. Has that added to your football talents in your estimation? Or has it been, I'm going to compare it to a fighter, whereas you starving, you struggling, you going out there and you hardcore because you got to go and get it. And then all of a sudden, you hit the jackpot with everything that you're doing, Super Bowl championships, heart in your life and what have you. It's the equivalent of waking up in silk pajamas and trying to go in that boxing ring and get it done. Where would you describe your mentality to be at this particular moment in time, knowing how well everything is going for you, or both personally and professionally?
Well, I think personally, that's the beauty of being in a very strong relationship, is that you get that support to be able to come in and focus on your craft, focus on being the best version of you. That's why I wanted to be at the concert, supporting her and being there for her, making sure she feels comfortable and supported in everything she's doing in life. And, I think I'm as focused as I've ever been on my job and being the best player that I could possibly be week in, week out for this team. And, it's because I don't have to worry about things off the field.
I remember when Tom Brady was winning Super Bowls, he had a supermodel for a wife that wanted him to retire. Is Miss Swift, is she encouraging you to continue to play or to retire? Because it is a violent sport. And she don't want you hurt.
She's fully encouraging me to enjoy playing this game, and she loves coming to Arrowhead and coming to the games and cheering for me. So I got all the support in the world to keep chasing these dreams.
My very last question. Is it all right for us to call you a Swiftie? Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm the number one Swiftie.
Number one, right? Even more than Mama? Even more than Mama? She seems to be a Swiftie now.
You already know, I'm right there. We're neck and neck. We're right there. We're tied at the top.
Nothing but love for you, my brother. To the man himself, the one and only Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce and I go back a long ways, He's a cool brother, and I don't comment about people's personal life, and I ain't about to start that now. let's just say I knew him long before Taylor Swift ever came along. I know what the brother's about. I know what kind of brother he is, and he's truly one of those people that's like my brother from another mother. He's just that cool, that relatable, that down to earth, that decent as a human being. He's real good people, and I've always had a lot of love for him. I don't get into a lot of intimate personal details about people's personal life. I know y'all were expecting that. Damn that. I don't do that. Okay? Whatever he wants to tell, he wants to tell. You ain't asking me about my personal life. I ain't asking you about yours on that level. Say what you want to say, okay? But he's very happy. He's happier than I've ever seen him. He's at peace with himself, seems to have found his rhythm in life, per se. And what can you say about it? He's one of those cats that's going to be around for a very long time. The minute he leaves the business, I mean, you already see his New Heights podcast, over 2.5 million subscribers, for crying out loud. Him and his brother, Jason Kelce, doing their thing. Travis Kelce ain't going nowhere. He going to play football for a little while longer if he wants to. He'll contemplate whether he's going to retire or not after this season is over. But he's definitely got a career in the industry, not just in podcasting, but in television. What network ain't going to want to hire him to talk about NFL football? Who's not going to want to do that? Okay? And then, Lord help you if things go even further with Taylor Swift. I mean, my Lord, he'll be the most popular football player in history, not because of football. So, I mean, and that's with Hall of Fame credentials. So the sky's the limit for him. But he's truly one of those people who deserved it, and I'm really, really happy for him. And it was good to see him, and it was good to talk to him as well. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation as much as I did.
Is there going to be an aura in that place? A little extra? You know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. You know it, baby. You know it's playoff football, man.
Hey, is she undefeated? Hey, she rolls in that stadium. I just want to let you know what live bettors do. They see her walk into that stadium, immediately open the phone. It's like, yep, Chiefs are about to win. I mean, that is just literally the feel. What you two are, hey, you're a gentleman, pal. Yeah. You need to know that. You continue to represent football in a beautiful way, Trav. We appreciate you. Legitimately.
Trying to represent the boys, man. Just trying to represent the boys.
So many boys out there. I've heard about them all because my wife now, I've listened to all the albums. I've heard about them all. I appreciate you, dude. And also, I think there's one coming where it's like going to be great. Like, hey, guy, good thing. Like that'll be great in my house.
There might be a few. I don't know. There might be a few.
Have you heard any? Do you get are you a test ear?
You know, I can't say any of that. I can't say any of that. I hear music everywhere.
Okay, let's just say you're hanging out. Having a little dinner. No, we're having a little dinner. All of a sudden, the creative juice sparks in the absolute beast that you're sitting with, who is going to go down as maybe the most famous icon in the history of music. And she starts thinking something, and you go, "Ooh, I like that." Are you a motivator at every single time?
Oh, come on now, you know it. I'll never chime in, but you already know it's full. I'm here to support it. I'm here to see where it can go. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you where it went. That stadium was bananas that we were in. Lucas Oil Stadium. We were talking about it earlier when you said you were feeling 22. They had those lights on their arms. She had every single person in there. It felt like it was moving the actual stadium. It was electrifying, Trav. I mean, I can't. It was awesome. I know you have a great time.
I thought the European crowds were crazy, man. But I'll tell you what, man. Lucas Oil, I got to go to the last night over there in India, and they were going nuts. I mean, I think I've seen that thing rocking when the Colts are playing. They might have had that thing rocking even more.
Might have. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I think that's a definite, brother. I don't think you have to question that. I think you can say definite.
So it's truly a wonderful thing to see how much Taylor and Travis have affected each other's lives for the better. And I couldn't agree more with Jason's statements on Trav growing up for Ted. Because honestly, I couldn't imagine him not wanting to be the best version of himself for her. And since we're on the subject of Travis and Taylor, check out these beautiful Tavis moments in the next video.